Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Lounge. And I am reverbing off of Johann's microphone, so we're going to have to work on that.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem. My name is Matt. I'm your host today. I'm here with Todd Grundle and Johann Phillips. We're running just a little late. Mostly, I blame Todd. Just because we were trying to get Johann in at the last moment. Johann, if you happen to have a lower third, go ahead and throw that up. And we'll get started. Today we're talking about Dexter, episode 802, which, by the way, Michael Hall actually directed this particular episode, which was kind of awesome. And I think he did a great job. It was a good episode. What do you guys think, Todd?
As far as direction, I honestly didn't notice any difference. If that's the question.
Why, whether it was a good episode or not?
It was a good episode. I don't think it was a great episode. I'm not sure I'm loving exactly how they're ending. They had me in the beginning of the episode with that revelation. I'll let you when you're ready for that, but. It had me, but then I started to think of where it's all going to go, and I said, I just don't know if I'm loving this as the finale, as the big ending, as a big finish.
Yeah. How about you, Johann? What did you think of the episode?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I did. I do like where they're going with the psychiatrist. I thought that was interesting. All in all, though, I do see where Todd is coming from. Deborah's starting to really get on my nerves. But all in all, it was really good. I'm looking forward to the next one, definitely.
Cool. Well, first off, I want to bring up something that kind of bugged me in the first episode, and it bugged me a little bit more in this particular episode. And normally we get to the three at the end. We get to Joey, Quinn, and Batista and Masuka at the end of our discussions. I just want to bring this up because it really bugged me, and that's that they never really. They kind of glossed over the fact that Batista became a lieutenant. That Batista is in charge now, and they mentioned it in this particular episode.
They did, and that was a shock to me. You're right.
Yeah, it was like it was no big deal, and it is. It's a big deal.
I'm sorry. Wasn't Batista supposed to be retiring and opening up a restaurant?
He still has the restaurant.
Oh, okay. All right. I was confused there.
That's where they were with the tiki and the bamboo before.
Right. Yeah.
But so I just had to bring that up because it really kind of was bugging me. In this particular episode, though, the main brunt of the episode, not having to do with Deborah. Had to do with Dexter and Vogel's past, how Vogel basically helped create Dexter. She laid the groundwork for Harry's Code and all of that other fun stuff. What did you think about that, Todd? Do you have any thoughts?
That's what I liked in the beginning. I enjoyed it. Before they even said, I'm your spiritual mother, I was like, that's Dexter's mom, so to speak, like Harry's his dad. I definitely liked it, and I do like where that bond is going to lead us. I'm just a little disappointed that I feel like I have it all in the bag already.
What do you mean have it all in the bag?
I feel like I got this season marked all the way to the end.
Oh, okay. You have everything. You've predicted everything that's going to happen in this season.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying while I like it, and so far it's kind of coming true.
Okay.
I'll save that for wild speculations, but I'm feeling validated.
Are you liking this particular storyline, Johann? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Yes, I am quite a bit. I do like that twist of her being linked to Dexter's past and her helping Harry form the code and all that stuff. And I do look forward to seeing how this relationship between him and her develop throughout the season. or how it develops throughout the season.
And we also get to see Harry outside of Dexter's head, which was kind of cool. Normally, when we see it's Dexter's imagined version of memory of him, and not like Harry actually talking.
Who is aging now? His memories. They finally started to let the grays come through. I wonder if that's intentional.
Maybe they just gave up in the final season.
Either that, or he's sort of looking at his dad how he would be. Maybe.
Maybe. And now we have a new big bad, at least we think we do, and that's this guy, the brain surgeon, who Dexter ends up thinking he's chasing after for like half this episode, and come to find out that he hasn't. Not to jump to the end, but does anyone here think that maybe Vogel is the puppet master?
I thought that at the end of the first episode.
Yeah, I think that's a guarantee. I think that it was her who walked by. It was her walk.
Right.
You think it was her holding the gun?
The camera, yeah, and then when she came by and you saw, it was her weird little walk.
Johann, we're having really bad audio coming out of your source. If you can mute in between talking or something like that, or work with the mic.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah, that's one thing that it just seemed kind of obvious to me. Is she was there and she was talking to Dexter and she showed him the DVD, and the first thing I thought was it's her.
Shut up.
Got to be her.
Shut up. Obvious.
So
yeah, I definitely think.
I was just going to say, I think we jumped to wild speculation time pretty early.
Yeah, we did. We jumped to the wild speculations, although I just don't know, because, listen, it's either bad acting or intentionally being led that way, I think, from my perception. On the Vogel, you said her name is Vogel?
Yeah, Dr. Vogel.
Dr. Vogel. It's either that woman is a terrible actress, and she's just giving too much away by trying to play the Frankenstein, or they're leading you to believe this, and it's all really not that. Don't worry, I have more wild speculations that are actually wilder. So
okay, good. So you think it might be a wild herring? Do you think it might be a
red
wild
herring? A red herring, perhaps.
Yeah. Johann, you think it might be a red herring?
Maybe. I do think there is a possibility. But I think it's too early to really speculate that much. I mean, it is,
Yeah. And did anyone else here realize that Dexter has just completely given up on his promise to Deb to allow the police to try and find bad guys before he does?
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yep.
That's all out the windows.
Yeah.
That went away when she stopped being a cop.
Yeah, exactly.
Right up her nose with the cocaine's.
With the cocaine?
Am I also the only one who's liking Sean Patrick Flannery's character this season?
I was gonna bring that up. It's Connor freaking McGannis from Boondock Saints.
Right?
Where? I missed it totally.
He's Deborah's boss. He's Deborah's boss at that firm.
Oh wow! I knew he looked familiar, but
you really have to look. He does not look like his character from Boondock Saints at all.
No, not at all.
Nope.
He's got no accent as compared to his Irish accent, so it really throws you off. But I happened to see his name in the credits, so I had to look it up. Let me see. What else? Just a question. Why does Miami have so many damn serial killers?
I know, right?
Because of the transmutation of energy. Because Dexter is putting it out there like a pheromone. If that's what ladies do.
That actually leads quite well into my next line of thinking, and that is: do we think Deborah is going to end up becoming maybe not a serial killer, but a mass murderer?
Well, now you're leading into my wild speculation. I think there is a possibility that this is all going to end with, because you have to understand, we've got to have some sort of happy ending for Deborah. They can't completely. I'm not sure this is the show that wants to crush all their viewers in the end, and I'm thinking they're going to play it safe, which might mean Deborah and Dexter becoming like a Bonnie and Clyde, and it might end with her first kill, like her first, slicing the other cheek, so then they both slice a cheek. Harry's kids.
Wow, that is pretty wild speculation.
I don't know about that.
Well, we have to admit that Deb's gone a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I have that exact.
She wants the D. She wants the D.
She wants the D, and by D you mean
yeah, Dexter's D.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
She damn near kills herself by going after the toad. I actually went into Google Translate to check out what El Sapo means. The toad, like jumping on his ass and attacking him even though he had a gun. Which was a little...
Yep. He said, "You're crazy," and she's like, "Yeah, fuck."
In normal Deborah fashion.
Fuck.
And then apparently, like, snaps and goes after him again. And here's the thing: is we see this happen in kind of like a weird, fucked up memory flashback. And it makes one wonder whether or not it actually happened or if she imagined it happening after the fact. And if it did happen, where the fuck did she get another gun? And why wasn't she aware enough to go get her own gun?
That's a good point.
Well, with the gun, it also made me wonder where does Dexter get all these extra guns? He's always got exactly what he needs. So I got to thinking that he has a little shack somewhere, just with a whole bunch of little goodies, a treasure trove.
I was actually wondering that myself. Is when he was swapping out the evidence, it's just like, where's he got an unregistered gun, exactly the same model and style as the one that Deb used to have?
Oh yeah, so I was just thinking a throwaway gun. That's right. He would have to have every make and every model.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But oh man, you already skipped over my next point, which was Elway. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one. Now we got to go to Batista, Joey, and Quinn. But we already got Batista, so and nothing happened with Masuka. So
nothing ever happens with Masuka.
Yeah,
yeah.
Masuka's just a comedy relief.
We end up seeing Joey's storyline, which I have to admit I'm a little tired of Joey's storylines. Like, ever since he was engaged to Deborah, ever since then I just got tired of the shit, to be honest. But a lot of people like it. And,
I think last season we also disagreed on. Everybody hated him last season. I said, you know what? I was actually less hating him last season. And this season, he's just not very present. I'm a nice guy. I always like when someone's helping, and he seems that he's helping, which means he seems to be of good intentions as of now. So I have no judgments. He's sort of like wallpaper. Well-meaning wallpaper.
Someone brought up that he might still have the videotape of Dexter and Lumen throwing away bodies from like 3 seasons ago.
Forgot all about that. I did read something about the possibility of Lumen being brought up in the final season, but that was a while ago, and I think it was before last season actually, and it didn't transpire.
But I don't know. He seems pretty complacent about Dexter. Like he's not going after Dexter at all anymore. Like I don't know. Once he started banging Dexter's sister,
he's like, yeah, I should leave this guy alone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Even if,
right. He hired RoboCop at one point to go after him.
yeah, he did.
I totally forgot about that. Again,
Yep.
they put him in the background.
But now it appears now that he's dating. I forgot her name in the show, but she's played by Amy Garcia.
I
The
don't.
nan.
Oh, Angel's sister.
Yeah,
It's with a C, right?
sure.
Hmm. I don't know anybody's name on the show, honestly. I just know their faces.
Like,
Ever since he started dating her, like it looks like she might do something with her life. Did I get muted?
No, can hear you.
Okay, because I was typing, so I thought it muted me for a second there. But yeah, it looks like he might actually do something with his life and become a sergeant, so long as he, stops being a cop on the take, because he's going to raise his profile if he becomes a sergeant, and he might not be able to get away with the shit he used to.
Yeah, do you think he's doing any of that anymore? Did all that get resolved? Everything with the what, Eastern Europeaners of some sort from
I
last
don't
season?
know. I don't remember it being resolved.
Johann, do you remember how last season ended with the gang and the stripper girl and all that stuff? I know they shot somebody. He shot. Didn't he shoot somebody?
I think Quinn shot the main club owner, the main guy, and then I think the girl he liked, Nadia. I think he just let her got her freedom or whatever, let her go. I think that's what happened. I honestly don't really remember myself.
I may have to watch the last season just to catch up. And her name's Jamie Batista.
Jamie. You know, bringing that up, now I kind of do dislike him, now that you guys bring this up, because they really... Sorry, I muted myself instead of Johann. They really do make him into... they're glossing over it. You're right about that word before. I didn't notice. I dislike now.
And I completely skipped a whole big portion. I got a couple questions for you guys, and that is with Deb going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. How much responsibility do you think Dexter's going to take on for that? I bring that up in light of how much responsibility he took for Rita, which wasn't much. How much responsibility he took for his father's suicide, which was almost none. How much responsibility do you think he's going to take for his sister going crazy?
Well, I think he's already taking responsibility for it. He's already
For now.
feeling guilty about it. Yeah.
I mean, he took responsibility for Rita's death for like 2 episodes, and that was it. And his dad's suicide was like 1 episode, and that was it. And he was done with that.
Well, yeah.
And that's what he's supposed to be, a psychopath. That's why perhaps they're breaking him, and maybe they're showing, because I did notice a little bit of a theme of, like, what am I, subhuman or better? Maybe they're showing that he's not so much of a psychopath, like things that they said, oh, that was unusual, you wanted to talk about Harry's death. Your people don't normally do that. And so maybe they're leading into Dexter embracing his light passenger.
That was actually something I was trying to bring up last episode, but it was so damn hot I could barely think. Was the whole idea of that he is a psychopath, but he's not without empathy. He's not without caring. He does care, and he's shown that he cares about a certain set of people. And he does, even though it's imposed upon him as a code, he does have a sense of morality, which most psychopaths don't have. He is an exceptional being in that particular way.
But was it bred or born?
Oh, I definitely think it was bred, but still.
Well, but jumping back on the speculation train, I think maybe like Vogel Maybe she. Well, I think, and I'm betting this is what Todd was thinking too, is that she created him to stop her.
That is something. I think last week I did say something. No, I said I was wanting to carry on her work. But that's a good thought. I think. Interesting. It would be interesting if they did that, but I don't think they would go in that direction. That would be really cool.
You don't think the writers are that clever?
Frisky.
Sorry, all we heard was the word frisky.
Oh no, I
said
I said risky.
Oh,
too
okay.
risky. Oh.
Which, by the way, they did get frisky a little bit at the end of the episode. Just saying, he kind of whimpered a little bit more than Mommy's touch at the end of that episode. Just saying.
You think maybe he's got a little crush on the Vogel?
I was hoping not, but again, I don't know.
I don't know
He bumped her with his knee when he walked up to her when she sat down, and he bumped her with his knee, and they showed her sit all gracefully in that way. And it's sort of, when we see these things, they do it from the character's perspective. So perhaps, he seemed taken by her in that moment. Maybe there's more than just a mammy.
I want it noted at 8:25 on July 8th that it was Todd that brought up the mother-like fetish. Just saying.
Duly noted.
Since we'll never have an Arrested Development hangout, how about, what is that? The Mother-Boy Love Association?
I don't know about a mother-boy. I've heard of NAMBLA through South Park, but or NAMBLA? NAMBLA.
Yeah. No, not that one.
Man,
Wrong group. The Mother Boy.
North American Marlon Brando lookalike.
Mother Boy from Arrested Development.
Okay. One last thing before we get into more wild speculation is Dexter had brought up the fact that he was good at one thing, which was actually three things: the vetting, stalking, and killing of suspects, and that he can't even do that anymore. And now my question is Dexter off of his game, or was he ever on his game? Because he's had so many mess ups in these past 7 years or 8 years. Oh well, I guess 7 years. I mean, he didn't figure Lila out. It took him how many episodes before he figured out the blonde from last season, whose name I'm forgotten by now.
Which kind of proves his humanity. He's taken by these things. It seems to be always some sort of love. Because even with what's his face, John Lithgow, the Trinity Killer, it was almost like a fatherly or camaraderie love. He seems to always have some sort of affection for these people who fool him.
Right.
Okay.
Like he seems to have he seems to be a little too trusting at times.
So he has a blind spot for the people he looks up to or cares about.
Yeah,
Right.
perhaps. And he's definitely off of his game right now because he doesn't even realize that she's the one who sent the cops there. I mean, how else did they figure out how to get there? Because he had that bag and the fingerprints before they did, right? How did they know to go to so and so's house?
Well, because the bag had the fingerprints on it.
But he didn't submit it to evidence, did he?
Yeah, there was the
he
tape.
did. He did.
There was the tape. Remember, Masuka said I had a partial print on the tape.
All right.
But yeah, I was just thinking because I also read the novels. Thankfully, the novels do not spoil the TV show in any way, so I can talk pretty freely about the novels.
I stopped on the demons in the third one. I haven't read since.
Yeah, that's the worst one. If you can skip that one, you'd be much happier. But
oh no, I'm gonna read it.
But in the books, he's got this mystique about him. He's damn near invincible, and in the TV show, he's quite the opposite character. I mean, it's the same character, but it's not the same character, if you know what I mean.
He must have evolved a bit because I thought they did a pretty accurate portrayal of him from Darkly Dreaming Dexter and what's the second one called? The one with Lundy, not Lundy. What was his name in the book?
Devoted Dexter. Dearly devoted. Dexter.
Yeah. The version they had of him who would eat the cucumber sandwiches. But anyway, I thought it was they adapted and they changed all the characters in the beginning, but I thought they did Dexter pretty spot on. So this invincibility in the books, or perceived invincibility, that might be is that to do with those demons who wars? Did he get some extra power?
No, it's more a fact that Dexter in the TV show can keep his cool under certain conditions. Well, under most conditions, pretty readily. However, in the books, he's on top of everything always. And if he's not on top of everything always, he becomes on top of everything always at all times. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I mean, where Dexter in the TV show has become very reactionary, Dexter in the books has become very proactive, or is very proactive.
So it's more like Batman in the books.
Yes, sure.
Let me ask you the subject of the books. Cody, or what's the boy's name? Aster or Cody?
Cody.
Did he ever become a killer?
Only of wildlife.
Is there any chance that he may become a killer in future?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So because I was looking forward to that thread, and I was a little disappointed when they started to phase him out of this. I said, "Oh, that's not going to happen here." They did lead into it a little bit in like season 2 or 3 on the boat. They kind of hinted at it, and then they fucked us.
Yeah, they did.
I also had a question about the books. Have you've read Dexter is Delicious? The 5th one, I believe that is. Dexter is Delicious.
I have, but it's been so long. Like when it first came out, I think I read it.
I was gonna ask how it was because I got it as a gift for Christmas last year, and I've been meaning to read it.
Other than the 3rd one, I give thumbs up on all the other ones I've read. It's just the one that had the cult that really bugged me.
And that's the 3rd one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do we have any wild speculation?
Yeah.
Any more wild speculation?
You go, Johann, if you have one.
I honestly, I really hope that it does turn out that. Oh, excuse me, sorry. That Vogel is the killer, and that maybe she, in a way, was self-aware. Maybe like her process of being a psychopath is maybe I could still redeem myself if I create another psychopath who can stop me when I want them to, and that's why she invoked the code onto Dexter.
You think she might have created her own destruction on purpose, basically?
Yeah, like she created her own failsafe, basically.
Okay. Anything from you, Todd?
Yeah. Okay. And this kind of ties together all of my wild speculations of today, because again, logically, it can only end a few ways, and we don't want. I don't want a negative ending where everyone loses in this one. I want Dexter to go on. I want Masuka to be his sidekick. You know, I won't even mind if Deborah has to be there. And maybe this Vogel lady is. I also used to want Batista, but now that LaGuerta's gone, that won't happen. But maybe now this Vogel lady will. Maybe she's putting him through all of this to teach him a lesson that instills a new code on him that he can instill to Deborah, and then they'll have their little gruesome serial killer CSI group.
So it'd be like a serial drama. Just one of the team members happens to be a serial killer.
No, at this point, all of them are.
Oh,
Masuka
all
jumps
of
because
them.
Masuka's always had a little. Well, I figured Angel would just be like the inside man of the cop department, but again, he's out. But Masuka's got a darkness in him somewhere. You know, I would just like the what are the Fantastic Friends of serial killing?
I
Why?
don't
Because
know.
Masuka's into all that weird sex stuff.
I don't know. I think when he fired the blonde, he kind of showed that he didn't have that kind of that when it got down to the nitty gritty, his principles mean more to him than anything else. When he fired the blonde for stealing the hand,
Right, right, yeah, yeah.
do you remember what I'm
Yeah,
talking about, Todd? The
yeah,
hot
yeah.
blonde.
The intern, I remember.
Yeah.
I'm just implying. I'm just trying to see if that would. Listen, maybe theft is immoral. You know what I'm saying? But he likes to be peed on. I would bet.
I don't remember that specifically from the TV show, but it's probably something I would have intentionally forgotten. So,
Well, now you remember.
however.
Scooby Doo.
Okay, I actually don't have any real wild speculation because all my speculation is not that wild, and that is that we're going to have, as Todd was suspecting earlier, we're going to have a relatively predictable season. And
That's my fear.
yeah, in that Vogel is the bad guy, and that Dexter has a reason to not trust her. So that is my fear, and that's my
He's gonna have to kill her in the end of it,
yeah, exactly.
and that they're setting that up as the big emotional payoff. Maybe even him and Dexter come together to kill her. But again, I think that's just the safe route. I think it's the predictable and safe route that they're leading onto too early.
Now,
Again, that's why it has to be a red herring. They normally don't suck this bad. It has to be a red herring.
now here's something. Here's a wild speculation. What if this leads to Deborah becoming a mass murderer, and Deborah and or Dexter have to kill one another? That one of them has to live and the other one has to die.
I could also see that happening. Yeah.
I was just lost in thought of whether who if Dexter would take her or if he would let her kill her. But then you think Harrison, but I mean he's a pretty shitty father. Pretends to be a good father,
Thank goodness for Jamie. Oh man. But yeah, because it's true that she could just go, hey, he's a killer, but now he could do the same to her. He could go, oh yeah, oh by the way, she's a killer, and they're both fucked, so they can't pull that trigger anymore. So they would have to go at each other personal-like. And so maybe she felt justified in killing El Sapo because he was a bad guy who had just kicked her ass.
Well,
and
then he would keep. If she keeps killing bad guys, then I don't think that would lead them to fight, though. I think that would lead them to do the other half, the ick.
to team up.
A coupling.
A coupling. Which, by the way, is a great British TV show from about 15 years back, but we won't go there.
I've heard of it.
It's what Friends should have been. In any case...
That's exactly what I've heard. Sorry, carry on.
In any case, I think that's it. Unless one of you have anything else to add? No? Okay. My name is Matt Moore. We're here with Todd Grundle and Johann Phillips. And check us out at geeksofaround.com. Hopefully that URL will still continue to work, even though I haven't paid the bill on it in a little while. If you can't find us there, you can find us at gplus.to/GOTR. Geeks of the Round on Google+. You can watch us on YouTube. I'll end up posting this tomorrow afternoon after I get off work. And cool. Peace.